Speak into the mic.
Speak into the mic. Speak into the mic. Hello.
This something you made?
This?
Yeah.
Yes. It's soapy water. Yes. For my brushes. So I can actually clean my brushes. Don't clean my brushes. I need to get in a better habit of cleaning my brushes, guys. Welcome in. Today is Monday.
Welcome to making crafting stuff on the internet.
Crafting stuff on the internet. Got my... Oh, geez, what was this called? I don't remember what this called. You better look it up. Better look it up.
Pulling it up now.
Better look it up. Better look it up. Getting out of camera.
The noslip.
Oh, it's the noslip. This is the noslip. We're gonna paint the noslip today. Figure out what we're gonna make today. Don't know what I'm gonna make up today.
In order maybe to pick good colors for this, you should talk about the way it's going to exist.
Like, how do you mean?
Well, the spinning motion,
Hmm?
the up and down vertical nature,
Mm-hmm.
is it camouflaging itself? Is there...
Well, I was thinking,
Special
you said,
going on.
okay, so you said noslip. When it comes down from the clouds, it's to eat and mate. And I was thinking, if it does camouflage itself, it's...
I didn't hear that last. I don't think anyone heard that last bit.
No one can hear me? That's sad. Oh, it's because I went like this. Comes down from the clouds to eat and mate. So I was thinking of making it more bright colors. So...
Is the spinning nature going to show up in the way it looks?
No, that wasn't... The spinning nature wasn't going to come up in the way it looks, just the way it's shaped. Not the colors. Are you trying to open it up over here to see if everything looks okay? I broke it a couple times. So I was cleaning up some of the spots here, so I broke it here, and then I broke it across here. So I'm trying to be very careful not to break it anymore.
But it's not finished being made yet, right?
What do you mean?
Well, those holes haven't been finished.
Oh yeah, I was gonna put resin in them. Because I like the idea of the holes, but then it wouldn't help with the gases that it lifted. So the holes were just gonna be where the gets really see-through. Hello Neil, welcome in. How are you doing today?
Hey, holy blessed giver of loops. So wonderful to see you.
So Neil, oh, we're not. Might be buffering. Okay, we might be having issues.
Frame it all.
Oh, I gotta learn how to do framing.
Give it a little bit of the mic away and the... What?
Much.
I think we got it into frame now.
Yay. How are you doing today, Neil? The wrong person.
Yeah, I'm on here as Anthony.
You don't want to be an Anthony. You want to be hooded.
I want Anthony to be a distant memory.
Mm-hmm.
I want professionals to know me as the hooded philosopher. I want him to go down in history as the hooded philosopher.
It is. Doing all right. So, Neil, today officially was my first day as the new assistant manager at work.
All day. And she had a good day. That's the craziest part.
It was just like a normal Monday for me.
It's because she's been doing the job for a while now.
I just knew just helpful with the boss. My boss, hello diamonds, welcome in. My district manager has been asking me for a few months. The district manager before that had asked me, and another store needed an assistant, and so they moved the assistant that was at my store to the store that needed help, and then they kept me at my store to help me feel more comfortable about being an assistant.
So because, you know, she's good at her job, and she's been doing it for years, and they all know it.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm really kind of nervous. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't dealt with before as far as management goes, and I really hope that I don't let anybody down. That's really what I'm worried about. Diamonds is saying, hey, Hooded. Oh. That also messes up about when I can stream. So far not on Mondays. I think Mondays will be my one morning day at work, so Mondays might be
Boo. One day that works for us.
No. I'm saying Mondays seem like my morning shifts, so Mondays will still be okay. It's the rest of the week that I'm not sure. Like this Wednesday, I close and am training somebody. And so I won't be able to stream on Wednesdays. Not that Wednesdays have been good for us internet-wise anyway. So we might do
Thursday and Friday.
Or Thursday.
No, I like both.
I know you like both, but I am the boss here. Remember? I'm the boss. Boss.
Did I do it? Hey, it's Louis 13. I did it.
You did it.
That makes me the best at it.
Whatever.
This cat's not here.
I'm doing good today. How are you doing, Louis? I'm excited for dinner. I don't know what we're gonna have yet. We can either have bagel sandwiches or burgers with cheese and bacon in the meat. I don't know what I want yet. And I'm painting. I like painting my stuff. It's fun.
Do it again. Fine.
So yeah, as far as any other day for streaming, we're just gonna kind of play it by ear right now. I
do it.
I think that if we do Thursday or Friday, it'll be earlier in the day.
I missed a one.
You suck. But like I said, we'll play it by ear because, like I said, I'm training somebody new, and because my schedule's shifting, we have to open Saturdays and Sundays. We're just trying to figure out how it all works out right now. So we'll see. But I'll let you all know what's going on. But I think Mondays is... My boss knows that I like to stream on Mondays. Bagel sandwiches, not ankle sandwiches.
If you live in the East Coast, they could call them bagel sandwiches.
Bagel?
But we live on the West Coast where you predominantly hear bagel.
A bagel. Gulls that live on the bay.
Yeah, exactly. Not gulls that live in bags. Bagel.
Bagel. So, we're just painting right now. See how it goes. I don't know what... I know I wanted it brighter colors. I wanted it to be more of the white color.
Like to be in the clouds.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to do multiple layers of white in order to get that through.
Right, but then highlighting with blue or shadowing with blue.
You could add a swirl effect. They spin.
Yeah, I could. My bagel sandwich, when I do have it, either today or tomorrow, will be pastrami. We didn't get more mustard.
Yeah, we'll get it.
Because you got to do a store run tonight. Because no matter what we eat, we're going to need mustard. Bagel sandwich. Looks like a twig with a leaf on it. It's gonna have scales, and I want to fill this in with resin. I don't know if I'll get to the filling of it with resin today, but I may.
Understandable.
I may.
Resin's a lot of work.
Yeah, resin is a lot of work, but I'll post it in the Discord to show y'all the final touches of the wings. But I was thinking of the little toy that I had as a kid. It was a little fairy that you pulled a cord and her arms float out and she could glide across the room. That was the inspiration for this dude.
I agree with the twig thing.
With the twig? The twig?
Twig with a little leaf on it.
I try to do some really fun sanding techniques that I hope get translated through.
I can already see it kind of working.
Okay. Neil, are you at work today? How does it fly? So Hood had talked about that it releases gases from underneath its scales.
It wasn't releasing the gases under, it was releasing it into the scales, making the scales lift like little tiny balloons. And there's some extreme property that makes it lift heavier than normal. And it's very light, so kind of stay up in the air easily.
But I was thinking, as it comes down, can't tell if I'm in, but it spins down, and it looks very elegant and pretty when it spins down. Because they kind of they don't really fly down, they just kind of glide down. That was the idea in my head. But then the gases things, how it propels itself back upward. You see Razer logo? Yeah, my Razer logo. My microphone, hooded microphone, our mouse and keyboard for
all the tech attached to the computers. It's all Razer.
Not my mouse. My mouse is Logitech.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because we didn't get me a new mouse or keyboard for my.
That's not attached to the computer that I was referring to. I get.
Oh, okay.
We're streaming out of one computer. All the tech is Razer. That is attached to your computer, which fair enough.
I am clarifying your definition. Anyway, they come with all the stickers. I put the stickers everywhere. I like stickers.
Neil, how do you feel about conflict?
I
And we are using that word not necessarily having fully agreed upon the definition.
see. Hooded's been watching, just for context. Hooded's been watching people scamming scammers.
They aren't scamming scammers. They're pretending like people being scammed so that those people aren't getting scammed.
They are scamming
Instead-
scammers. They know they're scammers and they're scamming them and they don't get their money.
I don't think that's scamming. I think that's just not capitulating to the wishes of an individual or the scammer. It's kind of beside the point. Talking about conflict.
And there's a lot of conflict in those videos.
And it scares her a little.
I don't
But
like
none of it's
conflict.
like physical. I know, and I'm finding that I do. I think it's important.
Don't like being yelled at. Stresses me the heck
Well, I
out.
don't want to yell at you.
You're not yelling at me. I don't like people yelling in general. Not about that yelling.
Well, we're talking about conflict. Remember? What is conflict to you?
When, well, I guess any kind of conflict is when two people disagree about something and they butt heads, I would say, about what they disagree about.
Football is conflict, and I don't think they are disagreeing on anything.
Yeah, they are disagreeing. They are disagreeing because they want to win. They don't want the other guy to win.
That's what you're talking about. Contest, like they're having a contest to see who can do better.
So they're not a conflict.
But there's a lot of conflict. Whenever the players hit each other, that's conflict physically.
Okay, then that's someone being in someone else's space and they don't want them there.
Yeah, because they need to protect the other person who has the ball so they can score a point. It's still conflict, even though it's not necessarily in an environment that's...
Neil says he doesn't see scammers being scammed as a conflict.
It's more like how they treat each other in the end, right? The way they
Like,
talk to each other.
like you watch these videos and it's just them going, like at one point the scammer's like screaming at the poor lady, "You're so stupid," and a whole bunch of other like
And
nasty
she's
words.
laughing.
She
She's
is laughing. She is laughing. But there's
Head
a
off because it's funny because this guy has no clue. He's an animal, not trying to be human.
clean my brushes out. Oh, there it is. I have a towel. There's just a lot of yelling in those videos, and I am uncomfortable with the amount of yelling in those videos.
Yeah, that's conflict. This is aggressive conflict. However, they can't physically do anything, so you're safe. Like, that's what's funny about it, is they're barking like a little dog and they have no power.
Mental health isn't.
What?
That my mental health isn't safe
Why not?
because someone's screaming at me.
No, they're screaming at the scamming person. And the scammer.
The scammer was screaming at
Scammy.
her.
Target.
The scammer was screaming at her. Unk. Blue. Oh. But what?
What's conflict? Did we actually discuss what conflict was?
I was trying to, and
You said something specific.
about two people disagreeing about something and butting heads, and you said you think that football has conflict.
Necessary condition is sufficient, though.
Been watching romance scammers on YouTube. Bad on both parties, but it's not conflict.
What do you think conflict is? Like, what would you say a necessary component of conflict is? That's how we speak when trying to define something. It's like, no matter what way you use the word, this is being meant. We're talking cheesy.
Necessary and sufficient.
The necessary condition for something to be cheesy.
But we haven't figured out necessary or sufficient for. There's verbal conflict and there's fiscal conflict.
Or conflict. I agree, there's different kinds of conflict.
Sorry for the buffering again. I don't know what's going on with our internet today. And no, I haven't looked back into Verizon. I keep forgetting to look into it and get something set up. Good. I'm very bad about following up with some things.
You're really hard at your job.
That's not like it lighter. Bet you I had it lighter somewhere. I'm gonna need more white paint. I'm gonna continue doing this. Arguing is not so much. But for arguing is not so much conflict. Like arguments more. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think you can hear you.
Ah, bugger butts. Huh? Connection's the same. I think there's a difference between like arguing cordially and arguing just angrily.
But they're both arguing.
But they're both arguing, and one is far easier for me to be okay with. One I'm more comfortable with. Can you make sure I'm not gonna... Okay. Alright. Oh no! Internet is not working! Why? We have too many windows open? Connection see. Well, like you have that open and that open and that open, and I have this open. But mine's running the stream. Close out of it. I guess you could. We can't see how the stream is doing. No. That's just another window open.
Windows are fine. Worst thing that's gonna happen is people can watch it later. Still being recorded and
That's not what you want. Go to create. Go to create. Go live. Go to manage. There you go. Click that. Men fighting is wrong, but females fighting, I really dislike that. I don't know. More white. Oh no. Oh no. These paints were gifted to me, and so I don't know how good they are. That real good.
Why is it wrong that females fighting? Why is it, I mean, specifically, it's wrong, but dislike. Really dislike.
And are we talking about like fighting as in?
We're not talking MMA. Two women MMA fighting is different than if they were like pulling hair and scratching each other.
Right.
Is that sexist? I'm not sure that was sexist. Might have been.
That's if he can. Us.
I think that's why you give it time. Close out.
Anything's even working.
It's good. The stream is good right now.
Oh, okay.
Figure out what the backup stream nonsense is.
A whole bunch of stuff we gotta figure out. Okay. Yeah. I thought Hooded was gonna eat my sun chips.
He has no faith in me. Faith whatsoever.
My sun chips. I
Bought me Cheetos.
mine.
I'm eating the Cheetos, and you assumed I was getting into this sun. I'm not playing this game. I mean, which one's worse from your eye, male or female fighting?
Well, and then what kind of fighting? Like, are we talking about just like, are we just talking about brawls?
Street brawl. Mad at each other and want to kill each other.
Street brawls?
Only one can come out alive. There's anger. Brutality. One's worse, male doing it or female?
Oh, you know what I haven't done? I haven't watched Neil's latest video. Alright, let's see if I can do this and if it looks good. Geronimo! Female wrestlers I don't like, so he doesn't even like competition.
That would make sense. Conflict and competition hold hands, don't they?
Yeah.
What way would I mean that?
I painted a little face. What way? I don't know. Way. I don't even remember what you said. What did you say?
Something about conflict and contest. The way they relate.
How do conflict and contest relate?
Hands, I think.
How do conflict and contest relate?
Maybe one. There can be only one.
Sorry. I don't like wrestling.
You know, why you don't like wrestling is more interesting and more important to understand than the fact that you don't like it.
Just not as entertaining as everybody makes it out to be for me.
I agree. I feel it's overproduced. Not that it isn't real and stuff. Too many minds can create a camel.
Wow, I don't even know what you just said. Too many mimes can create a camel.
Oh, mind.
Oh.
Much into it to make it too obvious. Putting enough into it can do.
I need scissors. There's a little piece of paintbrush that's sticking out, causing me issues.
Snip.
Alright, that'll help me better. Thinking about work. Thinking about work too much.
One could say you're in conflict. That's my own brain.
But it said he likes conflict. Yes.
I think it's important. America was built on conflict, wasn't it? but capitalism desires it.
Feel things can be settled without conflict.
I don't know that makes any sense. Unless you're thinking of conflict specifically as something dangerous. But an argument, conflict, and an argument is scientific processing. Making an argument when you propose a hypothesis to be tested to be proven, or a theory as long.
You don't have a problem with fighting someone if you need to right now?
I don't want to hurt anyone.
But two people who have opposing ideas and
They're in conflict.
they're having conflict.
I mean, politically we're in conflict. We have one side versus the other. It doesn't need to get violent. Sometimes does, and it's sad.
So you like conflict, but you don't care for violence.
No, violence is pointless. It's I'm right and you're wrong, and here's how. It's because I can beat you. That's it. There's no reasoning behind it. Right? I overwhelm you with force, and I win. So you don't. Your opinion is. Violence for good makes no sense. But I don't think anyone's going to learn anything unless there's something. There has to be some sort of conflict.
So if I say I don't like conflict, what I might be saying is that I don't like violent conflict.
Say that again?
If I say I don't like conflict, what I'm saying is maybe I don't like violent conflict.
Oh, absolutely. I think another term for that is aggression.
Okay.
That makes sense. Aggression, being violent conflict.
Yeah.
Think about definitions of words, and you put it into the context of a photo where each pixel is used to describe the image instead of just some words with some vague understanding defining another word. But you think of like a picture where all the information is kind of there for what that picture is.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention, and then I read Neil's comment, and
I was talking about. I was trying to get to it. The fine line seems to be the definition. That's the fine line. But the definition using a photographic idea instead of an audio idea where you hear the word, write it down. Picture. And you put and one word in the center, and then all the other words around it are more definition. All the other word, any word you can link to it, as long as it can link with the necessary condition.
okay.
So that fine line is definition. The more you have of it, the less fine it appears. Until eventually there's no reason to think of a line there. Maybe violence is a better word than aggression.
Yeah.
Words we were using, what were we saying?
I was saying I don't like violent
Violence is the word you're using.
Yeah, you said aggression.
A lot of academic people are using that word in a sense that isn't physical. Mental aggression.
Slowly disappearing down this camera. That I'm slowly disappearing down the camera because I'm trying to get closer to the mic and it's alright. Y'all don't need to see my face very much. So focused on. Oh. There's so many little scales to draw.
Conflict.
Why did we talk about conflict?
Kind of the topic we're on. Change it, then change it.
I want to reshift my body because my bum is starting.
Want to what?
Shift. I don't think Cheesy likes violence. More conflict is not bad. To have an argument with a person is not so bad that it does not need to turn into violence, but sometimes it does.
In philosophy, argument is a very important word. It's like the scientific method for philosophy. Argumentative. That kind of argumentative nature. Because as long as you're trying to be argumentative and doing it in a respectful and kind way, you are educating each other, you're growing in understanding, growing in connection. It's all good. And it's all very positive. Even though it's the word argument is the word we use to describe what's happening. Overwhelmingly good in the academic setting. I mean, when you argue with someone, you're creating a new idea. You have yours, he has his, and you guys talk until you have a third. That's a consensus you can both hold.
I see. Ooh.
And violence is awful, though. We do way too much of it, especially here in America.
But it's making me hungry. He's eating chips.
You want some sun chips?
No, not while I'm streaming. Oh, wait.
Ooh.
Probably my first time eating chips in a while, though.
I don't think violence is ever necessary. I think anytime we step up and say violence is necessary, we're limiting someone else's life. We're saying their life is worth less. And I don't think that's ever the case. Because all violence is going to do is harm. Harm limits lifespan. It causes stress. It can physically do harm to the body and slow your ability to heal. Kill. Totally could kill.
It all depends on how you use the word conflict. A conflict of interest can sometimes be resolved without violence. Yes.
I don't think there's a conflict that ever requires violence. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying violence is something we can put in a museum and respect as something we did in the past. We're better than that.
I don't really have anything to talk about.
Well, we were talking about something.
Yeah, but then it got too big for me.
Well, what's the big of it?
Big of it is like oh, what you're saying makes sense, and makes sense. What do I have to add to it?
You have to add to it.
That's what I just asked.
Oh, are you saying you don't have anything?
I feel like I don't have anything to add to this conversation.
You say you feel like you don't.
Yes.
But you do.
What do I have to add?
I don't know.
Oh.
You just say you feel.
I feel like I don't have anything to add. Like, I don't know what to add.
Wars are violent. There is no war that isn't violent. There? I've never heard of it.
I feel like that war is based off a dispute, and that's the original conflict, and then war is when those disputes become violent.
Say that again?
That wars are disputes that have become violent. If you think of like property lines and stuff, and you got this family back in the day says that this is their property line, and this family is like, no, that's my property line, my family's property line, and then they eventually go to this point where they're just fighting each other for that property line.
Generation after generation, often.
So now they're violently attacking each other because of a dispute, a land dispute, less, but a dispute that could have been solved before it got to the war.
Well, I just can't see any reason to become violent other than to make yourself feel better. I don't understand why we have armies fighting. It's disgusting. Something the human race is above, isn't it? Having hundreds of our own people go to war against hundreds of other people. It's ancient. It's archaic. We're past it, aren't we?
Apparently not, if we're still doing it.
No, we have Putin right now, right? He's running around like some sort of terrorist.
And people would argue they may agree with your statement, but you have to protect yourself from the people who don't agree with your statement. And you can't necessarily protect yourself from those people without being violent.
In other words, violence begets violence. There is no reason to start the violence. It only ends in more violence. Ridiculous.
There are people out there that like violence.
And they go play MMA and golf. I don't know, whatever violent stuff they like. Play football.
Or start wars.
Yeah. Or VR. All sorts of ways now.
Well, VR is not real violence. It's simulated violence.
So was GTA, but there were a lot of people really concerned about what it was doing to children. But I agree with those people. War teaches children that violence is acceptable. My hypothesis. That's because it's conflict. It doesn't like conflict. And literally we're talking about conflict.
And sometimes you have to talk about things you're uncomfortable with to either better understand them or find solutions to stop the uncomfortability.
Or there's something about embracing something new.
Huh?
How much do you know about conflict? There's something important in there for you that would help you get over concerned about it. Sorry, being too concerned about it.
Quit eating chips.
Actually, it was popcorn.
Popcorn.
Fine. Not like you can use your hands, Miss Paint for Hands.
I like my paint for hands.
Reach into the bowl, I'll be eating blue popcorn.
It's not fresh. It's sad. Have you watched the people that they call the scammers on YouTube? There's a ton of videos Hooded likes to watch.
I like to watch two people in particular, Kit Boga on YouTube and Renoa Poison.
He's been really obsessed with it.
And they're both very friendly, family friendly. There's not a whole lot of cursing, and when it does, they usually get rid of it. Or they'll use words like ducking to avoid having to actually say the actual word.
The other person does. The scammers will use.
The scammers may, but it's rare. Very rare for them to curse, and they usually try to sneak it in. You can barely hear it, but since they're listening,
there was
they
that
can
one
hear it.
guy who would just kept saying duck you, duck you, duck you, but he
Well,
wasn't
that was
saying
her.
duck. No, it was.
He was saying it back to her because she was saying it. He was censoring it too. I don't know why.
No, he wasn't saying duck. He was saying duck your computer, but I'm censoring it.
Oh, it happens. But she's very gentle. Sometimes does nice things. They don't deserve nice things.
Sometimes she calls them bathroom weasels.
Toilet weasel, yeah.
Toilet weasel.
Well, one second. There was a sound in the background that sounded like a toilet. And so she started talking about how he was in a toilet. And he's also a scammer. So he's a toilet anyway. They're preying on people who don't have the power and need help. Not the ones who don't need help.
Anyway, Hooded wants to
Well,
be one
Neil
of those
just
people.
asked what they do.
Oh, wait.
And I can explain it pretty clearly after watching all these videos.
Oh, okay. Hooded, explain away because
Well, you can.
I can do my best. You get an email that says that something was charged to your account. And so you call them up and they say, here, let me have access to your computer. And don't they like spoof that a charge was taken out of your account?
Oftentimes, they'll say they're going to give you money, and then they give you more than they.
And then sit there and say that they're going to get fired if they don't get that money back because it was an accident.
Need your help. If you don't help me, I'm going to lose my job, my family.
And then they'll
Pretty
send you,
awful.
and then they'll send you off to get Google Play cards because that makes sense instead of reversing it or calling your bank to cancel it or what have you.
They'll say whatever they need to. I heard one guy. He acted like the old man's son, or the old woman's son. She wasn't aware. The whole time, Renoa was acting like an old woman who was talking to her grandson. She was saying nothing about anything they were talking. She was just acting like an innocent old woman talking to her grandson, who was trying to get money from her. She never broke that character, and he kept trying, and he kept saying things so as insidious as acting like the son, like claiming to be the son, and then he sent the phone call to someone else to act like the dad.
Oh, gee.
They're preying on people who need help.
You do ignore the emails, Neil, but the problem is that there are people out there that see an email, think it's true, and follow the numbers.
Often the elderly. They're the people who would help them with this are in another location. They can't just go stop her. They can't stop the guy from saying what he needs to say to get the money from her, and that's sometimes tens of thousands of dollars.
So the scammers aren't trying to scam people who are smart, but people who can't see, that don't realize that what's happening is a scam, and that's why
they may not even realize they're talking to a scammer. They may think they're talking to their own grandson, and they have a little bit of dementia, and they aren't quite getting it.
Yeah,
these are things that happen, and then they send $6,000-$7,000 worth of gift cards overseas. It makes no sense to do, but they'll do it, and they're doing it out of love. And these scammers are taking advantage of love. No one can do that. No one should ever be doing that.
but they spoof the fact that the money's in their account or was taken out of their account or whatever, right?
Yeah.
That's really not what happened. They didn't really actually send you the money.
If you refresh the page, it shows the regular bank account. It erases everything they did. If you just simply refresh the page.
Wow.
But old people don't always know tech, and so they'll just go with, I got $40,000 and I need to send it back to them in some way. Plus, they're wasting time. They're wasting these people's time. Because lots of it.
These scammers will stay on the phone with you for like 3+ hours.
Which is what old people need. So they're taking advantage of that too. And they're getting in that way. There was another scammer who pretended that he held the guy's son hostage. He was starting to act like he was actually holding the old man's grandson hostage for money. Said he was going to keep him in prison forever if he doesn't pay the money.
Oh, wow.
This was not directly to an old man. This was to somebody acting like an old man.
Oh, okay.
Kit Boga in particular.
Right. But they send those emails out because they work. Those emails.
Yes, and this conflict is being arisen because the sadness that's coming from it can be prevented by people getting on the phone and talking to these scammers so they don't have access to the old people. Because they're being diverted into these other people who aren't going to give them money for hours on end.
It's not just older people, too. It's people with disabilities that don't understand social construct.
Oh, absolutely. And a little bit of the mental illness could be something that... like that. Sad.
Oh, no.
I think sad is important.
No. Fix it. Wasn't what I want. Pretty white. See if. Oh no. Oh, you made yourself all bloody. But Hooded wants to do this kind of stuff.
These crafting little monsters is my dream. Like, if I were asleep, I would be happy with this dream.
That's not what I said you wanted to do.
Same. I'm lost.
I was saying that you want to call these scammers and waste their time.
Oh, yes. I love wasting time. Especially of bad people.
I told him I was scared because what if they go? Because like they were pulling her medical records.
No, what happened there? You were completely out of context. There was no medical involved at all. He was trying to lie, to do fraud. And she's saying, I didn't want you to use that as an excuse. That is not a true excuse. That's not what's happening. It's not medical records. Why I'm refunding the money, or medical reasons. He was trying to use that as an excuse. There was no, they weren't touching her, but they had access to nothing. They had access to a fake bank account and moved around fake money.
Yeah, but do you know how to get that fake bank account to move around that fake?
That's true.
I had to figure out what you mean by romance scammers there, Neil.
That catfishing?
Oh, could be catfishing.
Or is that the kind? Is it the kind where they call older people and pretend to be romantically involved? Try to
Hello,
get.
Yamile!
Hello.
That was wrong to do.
What was wrong to do? Do lots of wrong things. I'm a bad person.
Stop it, you're not bad. You could also be talking about the scammers.
Yeah, scamming. Oh, it's like catfishing.
Yes, catfishing. Okay, yeah.
We never really had a tango in the dating world. So catfishing, I mean, unless Crystal, or sorry, Cheesy, unless she catfished me, and she didn't.
No.
Unless she's still catfishing. Are you still catfishing me?
It's hard to catfish you when I'm right here.
Wait, is my name Catfish?
No, but I watched a lot of catfish when I was doing overnights working with people with disabilities. That's pretty funny. It's pretty funny how like the people get exposed. Not that it happened to somebody else.
They
Yeah,
will. They will
scammers.
do. They will do anything that isn't legal because legal ways they aren't allowed to access. And so when they're talking, you can present them a legal way, and all they say is no, 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 and then they'll say the thing they said just a second ago and say do that instead. We'll get the gift cards.
Well, are gonna blow us up. You gain people's trust and start asking for money. Yeah.
Hyper 9.
Some of the catfishers, they're just lonely people trying to talk to some, but it just really gets someone else's hopes up, and that hurtful too. That hurtful too. That was proper English. Ooh, it touched things. Pop up on IIG and stuff like claim they loved you and send you fake pictures.
Well, we were talking about how I was super getting into it.
So I have a funny story about that. I actually had someone at work come in and talk to me and like, is this a real person? Do you think she's a real person? She's so pretty. I don't think she's real. And I look at it, I'm like, I don't think she's real either, dude. And I told him to reverse Google image search her face, the
Yeah.
image, and then
Work.
and see if you can come up with a different name or a different like person altogether.
The Hyper 9, meaning it needs to be put in numerical order, lowest to highest. Oh no.
You know, all the ones I watched are young men in Nigeria. The one I watched a lot of was back when Catfish, the TV show, was on. I haven't watched anything since. Better be quick.
As well.
You better be quick. Hurry up. Yummy, I want to see if she got it. I want to see if she got it. He's hiding the chat for me. No one's getting a penny for me. Oh, she didn't do it. Or she tried to and it didn't work. Which would be a sad day. So Yamile, are you artistic in any way? And I mean anyway. So if it's not art or sculpting or whatever, is there any kind of thing that you do artistically?
Construct houses, move landscapes,
Write music?
digitally construct fruit.
That one's a fun one.
Chemistry.
You think chemistry is artistic?
Chemistry would be perfect. It doesn't matter. Whatever you do is great.
On Instagram, I load a big saying hi handsome, and it says I'm tempted to string along with one.
Well, the sad part is you could be pushing away very nice, large-chested women.
But he doesn't need large-chested women.
I doubt it.
Look at those wings. Look at those wings. I don't know if it's showing on camera. Can't tell because
No, that's directly on. It's so well in the light, it is not giving it to you. Looks really cool. Get some blue, more blue tones and more red tones. If I turn the light down just a hair.
that.
There you go.
The wings. I gotta figure out what I want to do for face. I'm not very happy with the scaling on this guy, but I like this stuff. Never find this stuff again. I'm using so much of it. If I just got some peppers in here. Brush it on all of it. Brush it on all of it. You know, glitter makes everything pretty. Yeah, I don't know about that one. No. Oh, odd.
Well, don't read the first one if you don't like that one.
Oi, 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 oi. Hooded is showing me some beasts he's typed up. And it's wackadoodles. Why would a beautiful young woman say hi handsome to me? You know, Neil, as much as you like to protest and as much as I'd agree with you that there are some people out there that up your ego just to get what they want, you never know who is attracted to what.
I had no idea she'd be attracted to slobs.
That's because I am slightly a slob. I mean,
But we're not experts in the dating world.
we are not experts in the dating world.
We don't do it enough ourselves.
I think there's some brown left in this paintbrush and I didn't clean it fully, but it's like giving it this like red sunsetty streak. Like it.
No, I was actually kind of thinking that a touch of red to kind of give it the blood effect too. Makes it a little more living.
Pretty skin. He's pretty skin. You're hiding chat from me again.
I'm not hiding it. I'm in the middle of something.
He's hiding it from me, guys. Pretty skin. Look over here. I've had emails that say you're locked out of your account. Follow this link, fix it. I put fake info on the website and let me log in. So I was trying to gain my info. Yeah. You put all the right information in and it says you're locked out and has you try to change your password information, all that just, and then, yeah.
You go into your computer and alter the password so you can't get into it. And they'll put a pin on there.
The scammers you've been watching?
Yeah, and they'll put a pin on there. So that way you can't even get in unless you know the pin that they made. So even if you get through the pin, they have the password to the computer and can still manipulate you.
Wait. That's okay.
I want people to want to be here and have fun.
Yeah, I don't ever want anybody to feel like they're obligated to be here.
And if you're not having fun, move in here.
And I'm still trying to learn what I want to do.
We're still trying to figure out what this channel is.
But I'm having fun painting. Creating creatures. And I'm currently using the last of this. I put too much of this alcohol ink in here and I'm using it to paint my fingernails right now. It's really pretty. It's so pretty! It's so pretty. Plus, it's nice to see people at least come in and say hi. But I think that's all I'm gonna paint on this dude. I don't know what else I can do for him. I didn't do a very good job, but I'm learning. But can you put this by the sink, please?
Is that pretty?
Look at that pretty hand. I know, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's got like mermaid skin going on here. I want to be a mermaid. What are you doing? No, no, don't do that. I know you do, but I don't.
Okay, never mind.
We can figure that out over the weekend. Please and thank you. I love you. It's just not all the way over. I gotta clean this. Woo! Stinky. That's strong. I sprayed way too much. Alright, hold on. Trying to clean up all the paint that got everywhere. What else can we talk about? I don't have anything.
What beasts of named worlds?
Oh, we could do Beasts of Name Worlds. So explain to me how Beasts of Name Worlds works.
Well, every artistic endeavor has lots of different animals, creatures with different names and different styles. They write it all down to a book that we call a bestiary.
Yes.
And these bestiaries have been around since medieval times. This isn't a new thing. You're not just collecting D&D monsters. Ancient Greece had a bestiary.
Hold on,
Middle
hold
East
on.
had a bestiary.
So that is rubbing alcohol because it cleans up resin really well, it cleans up paint really well, it cleans up clay really well. But I have to be quick so it doesn't ruin the acrylic.
Well, I took a few entries from various bestiaries from different popular things and put them into one. So these are the obvious ones. We'll start with you.
Gonna start with me.
Let's see if you can figure out which one this is by just giving monsters.
Ooh, where am I
Or
looking?
small descriptions of.
Where am I looking?
Avoid looking at my screen here.
Yeah, that's why I haven't been looking at the screen. You have to tell me if chat's work. If anybody says anything in chat.
Of course.
I do have soapy water here that I spray sometimes. Like I'm gonna spray on my hand right now.
These are brief descriptions of monsters from a different world. One that most people know.
Okay.
This is the obvious one.
Okay.
So one of these creatures is described: when dark mists emanate from its body, don't go too near. If you do, your nightmares will become reality.
Okay.
So that's how it was described in the kind of bestiary of the world. And the monster's name is Musha. Okay?
Musha?
Musha. Yes. The second,
Muta.
this might give it away for you. When it decides to fight all out, it stands on its previously folded legs to enter showdown mode. It neutralizes its enemies in short order. The monster is called Low Kicks.
Oh, it's Pokemon.
Yes. So I would keep going, and I have 5 of them total. So let's see if you can get a less obvious one. We have a well-known one, we have a popular one, we have one of many, and we have the one and the only. The well-known one, the popular one, the one of many, the one and the only.
And this is a different world.
These are all different worlds, named worlds.
Okay.
I'm looking for that name.
So Pokemon was our example.
So, well, yeah, so Pokemon will be the answer in that case.
Yeah.
But in all these cases, you kind of have a world you can name.
Okay.
So the well-known one, the popular one, the one of many, or the one and the only.
Let's do the one of many.
Right.
We're going full Jeopardy.
So these
Okay.
are from a specific world in a universe. This is one of the creatures. Dewbacks are a race of large omnivorous reptilian animals native to a planet in the universe, and that is the planet we're looking for. As such, they are well adapted to the harsh desert climate, and the fact that they can be easily domesticated makes them commonly employed as beasts of burden by both the inhabitants of the desert planet and the off-worlders wandering its dunes. So that's the first one, and it's a freebie. It may not give it away, but if it does, I'd be surprised.
Okay.
This one probably won't give it away either, but it might. You never know. Though herbivores, by its nature, they were often fed meat for exhibition sports, and in extreme cases, executions as seen in the combat arena of Darvanis. All reeks, the creature's name is Reek, all reeks, including subspecies, were normally brown in color and then only changed depending on their diet, though their leathery skin turned a dark red when fed meat and made the reeks much more aggressive. That's the Reek. So the Dewback and the Reek from the same world.
Oh. I'm gonna need another one because I have no idea.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. My phone just went off and I lost all audio.
Your phone went off.
I went.
What do you mean? Your headphones. Oh, okay. Did your headphones die?
I need to disconnect them from my phone with your camera.
Oh,
Hoping I can put it through my...
look here. Here. Oh, I can fix that. Hold up. Wait a minute. No. Fix the phone. Oh, your phone can't do. My phone can do that. Your phone can't.
Check this.
Oh no! My face cam is gone because Hooded is using it. To be fair, it's Hooded's phone, so.
Just trying to turn off.
Okay. Working on. Okay. Give me OBS. Give me OBS.
I lost audio.
Your headphones could have died. That's what.
I would have heard a diddle-doo. It all went black after that sound went my phone. I'm trying to figure it out right.
Anyway, you're supposed to give me another one. Gimme.
Another one. So we have the dewback, omnivorous reptilian animals that... Oh, God. All right. I think it's fixed. Ah, there it is. Okay. So now we have the dewback, which is a beast of burden that's a lizard. An herbivore, also a lizard
That its hide turns red when it
eats food, and it's called a reek, dewback and reek. And this one is one of the swiftest land animals of the world. The rill, R-I-L-L, is a reptilian predator that hunts womp rats and other large mammals. Fiercely territorial, an individual rill, or a rill and its young, stakes out a patch of desert and defends it vigorously against all intruders. To sleep and protect itself on the planet's blistering heat, the rill burrows into the sand several meters below the surface. These nests are also where rills lay their eggs, burying their eggs under the sand to hide them from scavengers.
So Womp Rat kind of gave it
Dead
away.
giveaway, because that's the next one.
Dead giveaway, because this is Star Wars.
But that's not the universe, not the world.
Is it Tatooine?
Where it is Tatooine specifically. And the next one is the womp rat itself, a carnivorous rodent native to the world. Womp rats are menace to any permanent settlement. They reproduce at staggering rates and well known to stalk urban alleyways and remote moisture farms alike, prompting some authorities to maintain a standing bounty on the creature. Vicious and ill-tempered, they prefer meat of organic debris and runoff. But even lone womp rats will attack any creature that gets too close, often spreading a virulent disease. How can I help you?
My water looks like the blue milk from Tatooine. I'm fine.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to fix it. Okay.
No.
All is well.
All right, let's do.
That was one of many, so you'll see another one in there for a different planet of Star Wars.
Ooh, okay. Let's do another one.
You have the well-known one, the popular one, and the one and the only.
The one and the only.
Hippocamps were a fish-tailed horse of the sea. They were depicted as composite creatures with the head and foreparts of a horse and the serpentine tail of a fish. In mosaic art, they were often had green scales and fish fin manes and appendages. The hippocampus. Oh, hippocamps.
Hippocamps.
Hippocampus is a part of your brain.
Okay, could you put this in the sink? Thank you. Okay. Next one.
All right, the next one is the Typhoeus. Was a winged giant, said to be so huge that his head brushed the stars. He was man-shaped from the waist up with 2 coiled serpents in place of legs. He had 100 serpent heads for fingers and a filthy matted beard, pointed ears, and eyes flashing fire. Typhoeus.
I know this wolf.
Typhoeus. Absolutely, it is the one and the only. Well,
Okay, next one.
the sirens were depicted as birds with either the heads or entire upper bodies of women. Then in mosaic art, they were depicted with just bird legs. The sirens. Dead one. This last one should be the dead giveaway.
Okay, dead giveaway.
Kind of the one that brought all of this together. The chimera was a three-headed monster. It was a bizarre fire-breathing creature with the body and the head of a lion and a goat head rising from its back and the udders of a goat and a serpent for a tail.
But chimeras are used everywhere, so how is that? Gonna...
Chimeras came from the same place all of these did. Same one as a gorgon. The gorgons came from it too.
Is it Greek?
It's Greek mythology. Those were all from Greek mythology.
That was kind of a...
They were all from a land, a known land. It just so happened it was a real one, not a fake one. That was the one of many. No, yeah, the one of many and the one and the only.
The one and the only. Why the one and the only?
It's Earth. The only. It's the only one that we can actually point back and say is real in any way. Yeah.
The one and the only. Okay.
And the one of many could have been other ones, but I chose it for Star Wars because Star Wars is typically more preferred. Unless you want to do another one.
Yeah, I want to do another one.
Nobody said anything. I hope they're all in. Well, at least I hope Neil's enjoying it. You know, if you are, this is. We have the popular one and the well-known one.
The popular one.
So you'll get this one pretty quick, I bet. Although I made it hard because some of these have monsters you've never heard of.
Okay.
Like the Croup, a magical breed of dog resembling a Parson Russell Terrier and a Jack Russell Terrier, but with a forked tail. Croup. C-R-U-P.
Okay, next.
The fire crab. Despite its name, the fire crab resembles a cross between a tortoise and a crab, and it shoots fire from its rear end when threatened.
Do I have an idea? But give me the next one.
Okay, the next one should be definitely a giveaway. The kelpie, a shape-shifting aquatic creature that often appears as a horse with a kelp as its mane. When mounted, it drags down and drowns the unfortunate rider.
See, I didn't have it because...
The last one's the dead giveaway. You won't miss it.
But hold on. But this isn't the one and the only. This is
the popular one.
This isn't Earth Tales.
That's a popular thing? Here, I'll tell you the last one, but I can't give you the name of the creature because then that would obviously give it away.
Okay,
tall, black cloak figures with rotten skeletal hands, and they have the ability to suck a person's soul out through their mouths. And when they drain the feeling of happy and joy.
It's Harry Potter,
and the kelpie was used in
yeah.
the games where they were into the cup and the goblet of fire.
Harry Potter kind of crosses with real world lore, which is why I got confused. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, they all are going to cross with real world lore, especially the Greek one.
The Greek one, definitely, yeah.
So you want to finish it out and just do the well-known one?
Yeah.
Okay, so again, the fourth one should be a dead giveaway, and you might last up until the fourth one.
Okay.
The Mulips were a strange and secretive race known only for a reference in a poem. Their identity, is mysterious, and indeed they may not exist at all, or they may represent a distant folk memory of the locals. They were said to be dangerous creatures dwelling in the dark and feasting on unwary travelers who sought them out. They're called the Mulips, M-E-W-L-I-P-S.
Okay.
The next one is the Cowcaradal. Cowcareldar. Sorry, that's a really hard word to say. Cowcareldar. They were fashioned by Melkor in the likeness of fairies, and these deceived and betrayed men. With them he fostered distrust amongst men and elves and kept them from spying on one another so that the two races would not combine against him. They're evil fairies. Cowcareldar.
Okay.
K-A-U-K-A-R-E-L-D-A-R. It's a very complicated word.
That is a very complicated
And then
word.
this is the origin from what I understand. Worms were large serpent-like creatures with slits for eyes and thick gray scales covering their entire body. They were able to go underground and also able to breathe fire. Generally, worms were wingless and legless dragons which have the ability to breathe fire. Worms. WYRMS.
Okay, that doesn't help narrow down the world.
Well, I mean, there's the name Melkor and
Yeah, but I don't
men and
know.
elves.
Still, that doesn't help narrow down worlds because there's a lot of worlds with men and elves and worms.
Generally taking the form of tall, menacing beings, roughly humanoid in shape, though seeming to consist of or be surrounded by shadow and flame, they use both a flaming sword and a fiery rip. They are constantly burning, and their weapons appear molten. They're called Balrogs.
You shall not.
In fact,
pass.
Mulips may actually be what Smeagol was, from the way I was reading about it. Or not Smeagol, but Gollum, sorry.
Gollum was Hobbit, wasn't he?
Strange and secretive.
Uh-huh.
Only known as a reference from locals, and I had to change that because that said the Hobbits.
Oh.
Same here, identity mysterious, and they may not exist at all, but represent a distant folk memory of the Hobbits.
Uh-huh.
And they were said to be dangerous creatures dwelling in dark, feasting on unwary travelers who sought them out.
Oh, okay.
That is the description of Gollum. Mulips. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
And then the idea of a fairy that is deceitful and corrupt, as opposed to cute and fun.
And fairies are very deceitful.
Yeah, they can be, but like they aren't typically seen as evil.
Well, like if you take Tinkerbell fairy, then
that's
yes,
mischief.
that's just cutesy.
Well, they
kids
can even be
thing.
mischievous.
But the thing is with fairies is you don't ever take a deal with a fae. It's very much Quoth.
He made a big.
And his fairy world, that the way this world's fairies are. All right, I think I'm gonna open these packs. I think I'm done for the day. So I'm gonna open up a couple card packs, and we'll see what we get. What I get. Hopefully something good. Hopefully my hands don't ruin him. And then we'll call it a night. After I open these. Come on. And a goldfish. A little ticket. Hippopotamus. Hippodon. Irida. Then we got a Purgly. Oh, hey, look, an Azelf. And a Sheldon. And then for the last pack. We got Togepi, Magnemite, Sprouts, Sneasel, Whoop, Mischievous, Miltank. We got Miltank. Hey, look, we got a Miltank.
Yeah, two of them.
We got
A
two
reverse
Miltank.
hollow and a hollow of the exact same card in the exact same pack.
Grandiose, Canceling Clone.
That's
And
weird.
A Piloswine.
Oh,
No,
we haven't done Swinub. He's not even on the list. Wow, we can get Swinub in there and get close.
nice. All right. I think I'm gonna call it a night. I don't know if the stream's been laggy or if anything's been going wrong with it. And it's saying messages too, but I'm also getting really hungry and really tired and want to get ready for stuff. So thank you all for coming in. I really appreciate you being here.
Love you.
Love you. Thanks for coming in and stay cheesy. And learn how to end stream quicker.